So while I was coming here today, there was something really crazy in my compound. Something really happened in my compound. So my landlord came around and started shouting on one of my neighbors because the guy has not paid his rent for like 2 years.
Oh.
It's been like I have to wait a little to just look at the drama and just see like what's going on. I mean, did this guy earn money? Like he earns actually. I don't know what exactly he does, but I see the stuff that maybe some of his doings, and I just kept on wondering how. Like, guy, you should be able to pay your house rent, and then it begs the question, like, what is the reason why most people can't even pay their house rent, despite the fact that they are earning like some money, like they are like
And
source of
adequately.
income. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome on the podcast today. This is the Space Podcast brought to you by RentSpace Technology. This is a podcast where we talk about house rent issues, house rent generally in Lagos and in Nigeria. We talk about finance, we talk about a lot of things that's going to educate you and give you adequate knowledge about your environment. Today, I have a very interesting guest with me. He's a financial analyst, he's an entrepreneur, he is a writer, author, and a creative consultant. Mr. Olatunde John. Welcome to the Space Podcast.
Thank you very much. I'm privileged to be here.
It's looking as if maybe Nigeria has not touched you at all. Like,
Well, I've been in this country for a while since I was born, so you need to learn.
Yeah, I used to do.
I'm telling you. So
I believe you heard the story that I narrated when I was.
Yes. So, wait, do you live in Lagos?
Yes, of course.
Oh, so you mean your landlord allowed the tenant to hold him for 2 years? Yeah. This is a tenant that is working and is earning and is anywhere. Do they live in the same house?
He doesn't live with
us.
Doesn't
live with you.
So he comes once in a while.
Wow.
And it's always very funny because, it's very hard to even see Lagos landlord that can even.
That's why I'm surprised.
Have that kind of patience to wait
2 years.
The thing is that the guy is just, I think he's just very, very distracted.
Is he married?
He's not married.
Okay.
So he has the way he plays around all those things. I don't know how he does that almost perfectly. But so what do you think about that? Like how could you be earning that? I don't know how much he earns, so I don't even have a range.
Okay.
But based on perceived status value, let me see status. I would say maybe at least 200 plus or something like that. I would have guessed.
Okay. So let me ask this question. You can as well give me an idea of what a rent could be.
The range is between, let's say, 800 to 1 million.
I can stay in that house for the next 4 years. They won't be able to pay.
Why do you say so?
Well, it's carrying a load too much for himself. I think that's a status problem. You see, it's not ideal. It's not right for you to earn less and pay more. The license for poverty is for you to spend more than you earn, because you will keep being a borrower to meet up. So among the experts, they tell you that your house rent must never be above your 2-month salary. So imagine this guy earning 200,000 naira. Let's say 250, let's say 500,000 in 2 months.
Yeah.
And his rent is about, do you say 1.2? 800?
That's 1 million.
Wow. See, the truth is that he needs to tell himself the truth. I don't know why he's doing that. It's not an ideal way of living. Okay, that's not intelligent at all.
Or do you think people just like to evade rent, or for whatever reason?
That they what? They
just like to I'm just thinking it's a theory. Some people might feel like I don't want to pay. Based on there's some sort of legal backing to all these things that you can't just chase someone out, especially if you sort of educated and you say, I know the law.
Well, I don't think there's any law that will also give room for you to abuse that relationship you have with your landlord for 2 years. Even there's no Lagos state law that says that. You understand? I think the landlord is just being lenient. Probably is trying to be like a father, thinking that the guy we
Lagos landlord father.
no, yes, they are
I mean,
very they're
what they had
accommodating one
this
among them.
morning was a very, very heated one. That and it's quite embarrassing to be very sincere. Like I don't think anybody should wait that long before you pay.
You see,
Because
the let's
mm,
go real down. Uh, you see, number one, whatever, there's no point living beyond your means. Do you understand? There's no point living beyond your means. Paying any 200,000 naira or 300,000 and having a rent of 800 to 1 million naira to pay is too much above your pay. You will not be able to survive it. Because in that same house, apart from rent, you're going to be paying some other dues like Loma, right? You pay for electricity, you pay for security. In some estates, you pay for development levy.
pay for water.
Okay, for water
Yeah,
too.
some estates.
Oh, wow. So treated water, right?
Yeah.
Cool. So you pay. So cumulatively, so you have a life to live yourself. So if in the entire 1 year you earn 3.6 million naira, and over 30% of it is going for a rent, or then you're in trouble. You have to move. I don't know how you're going to do that. You still have transportation to take care of.
Of course.
So that kind of a young man should get it right. Get to understand that he can't meet up. It is better for him to look for a smaller apartment in a not too expensive area to do that. And except maybe he has another source of income that comes from uncles or whatever. But really, I don't think it's wise.
Because it still begs the question. Because you mentioned that you should find it somewhere cheaper. But then we are in Lagos. Are there really any cheaper housing? Maybe based on I get your point. Like you should find within the range of his income. But then if you look at the whole thing, Lagos housing is very expensive. You see a house that you would look maybe somewhere if you go to somewhere like Ibadan, Ondo, Ilorin, you could see those houses for like 150, 200. In Lagos, they are calling 1 million naira for you.
Even houses you get in Lagos. Let me give you a little picture of what is currently obtainable right now. On the mainland, I'm not talking about service apartments. I'm not talking about those studio service apartments that are higher, but like a normal rent, okay, a new house in somewhere like Ilupeju, that axis, you should be talking about 3 to 4 million naira annual rent, okay, if not more. Are you with me? Coming to Oregon or Jota, you're talking about 2.5, 2 million naira. I'm talking about between 2 and 3 bedroom right now, depending on the house, be it a new house or an old house. Now, coming down towards, maybe cement or whichever way and go back to Akwonjo, Egbeda axis. Akwonjo now you have a 2 bedroom that worth 2 million naira.
2 million naira.
It's really crazy. I will not lie to you. It's really crazy. So that means that whoever is going to pay 2 million naira house rent must be earning around 1 million naira monthly. How many young people can earn that or earns that? Do you understand? I'm sure government has to look into that to regulate that. I feel it's also expensive.
Very expensive.
Houses are expensive. And what's the cost of this? There are a lot of every day you keep having inflows into Lagos. People coming to Lagos because they believe that Lagos you have to pick money on the floor. You get, and I should ask you, have you picked money on the floor?
Maybe 200 naira once.
Oh, okay. Well, but truly, there's really money on the floor. No. That's the truth. There's money. Yeah, there's
Money
money.
on the floor.
You see, the truth is,
Literally.
well, whichever way you look at it, there's money in Lagos, and this is the truth. The truth is that when you have more people, they have more needs,
Yeah.
and when you can provide solution to those needs, you get money in return. So there's a value exchange there. Okay, so you like over 20 million people are in Lagos. The 20 million people need accommodation. They need transportation. They need to eat. They need to wear clothing. They will barb their hair. They will use toothpaste. They will do a lot. They will need to recharge their phones. You get move around.
They will party.
Oh yeah, they will do bottles.
Yeah, they will do bottles.
You understand? So money revolves around people. So the reason why people keep coming to Lagos is that they know that no matter what, when they get to Lagos, they will find their feet. Just a matter of time. They will always find somewhere to sleep. And like somebody said, what kind, just like some of the places, you're coming to Lagos, want to go and meet one uncle in Lagos, and the uncle give you an address, and when you get to Bega, you call the uncle. You can't be reachable again. And what do they do at that point? What do they do at that point? It's survival instinct, or somebody coming, probably from Kwara, or one from Ekiti or whatever, coming and you get to Lagos and you can't reach your uncle. Maybe your uncle knew that you are coming. This is the other Bukata. He removed the SIM and threw it away.
Don't find your way.
You have to find your way. Yeah. So such people are also part of Lagosians by accident or by whatever, So when they come in, they need to find a place to sleep. So options. Many times, the first thing that comes to an average mind is church or mosque. Religion places, they're always very lenient. Okay, that they are always accommodating. They are but these days, even religion bodies are doing that. Hey, an average stranger is dangerous. So they shut their borders these days. They shut their doors. They hardly take them these days. So, but no matter more, the truth is that a lot of people come to Lagos, okay, on a daily basis, and there always been need for more accommodation. So that it's highly competitive. You understand? And people's tastes begin to change. Okay, people want new apartments. They want a flash, lovely apartment, comfortable apartment, and to get the materials to do those things are also expensive now. You had one of the director, CEO of a cement company in this country.
Yeah.
Okay, so you know what cement is saying right now. You know what building material is saying. So you understand. You know what interest on investors that are into mortgage are saying right now. So obviously, any developer or real estate person that is into properties, that is into, probably home for rent and all sort of, we have to consider all that too. So we need to have a balance. There are many reasons why houses are expensive in Lagos. The increased inflow of people in Lagos, then the cost of materials and the growing taste of the people, you understand? But I also believe that there's still a way it can be regulated. It would have been better if we have more of government estates.
But then how can we survive? How can we survive this this whole inflated prices? Like, let's say you are earning 200k, and then I didn't go to this part because you mentioned that you should live within your.
Yes, you have to live within your means.
Like you should. Then let's say you have an apartment, you used to pay 500k before yearly. Then your landlord feel like, everything don't cost too. I mean, this house has built since 1960 something.
So don't worry about that. Just go.
You just felt like, everywhere don't cost. Make her increase the rent too. Just put it at let's say 800k, very close to 1 million naira.
Yeah.
And you know that if you want to leave this place, you have to meet the agent that are like, if the apartment is like 600k, they are calling to 450,000 naira for you as agency fee.
Yes.
So you are very scared. Like moving out of this place is another problem.
Yeah.
Even you are stuck. You know you can't afford this thing. Your income is very, very low.
Yeah.
But still moving out is another problem because the agency fee is like killing. So how do you do that? Because this is like a conundrum, like a
you are quite right. A lot of people are in that situation right now that they don't want to move out of their apartments, like a trap. They are in, and there's just this astronomical increase on the rent. Like, in fact, you are talking about 67%. There are rent that goes as far as 100%.
Yes.
and
That's
the landlord won't care about anything. Of course, what will you say of someone that is paying a 350,000 naira in one part of deep part of Lagos, maybe Ikorodu or Ipaja or Ayobo, and the landlord suddenly increased it to 700,000 naira, and he felt, what's the point of paying 700,000 in this place? You can move out and pay almost that same amount of money somewhere else, and you get there and realize that the rent in those places are around 1 million naira. No, let's be real. Or that, okay, I'll still be paying this amount of money. But by and large, being able to make decisions on places to live matters. Because you can have cheap apartments that will be at your detriment. You have to ask yourself, what do you do? What's the nature of your job? Okay, where you live now, how close is it to where you work? Because you have to factor in your cost of transportation to work, your comfort at the same time too. You have to look at how close, if you are married, do your school children, do you have schools around, affordable at the same time? You have to consider all those things, okay, before you can decide whether to leave that apartment or to stay there. You get. Then you have to also, the mindset of the people around you too matters. Let me tell you this short story. The very first apartment I got was a 3-bedroom, of course single, but with my friends, two other friends, making 3. Big apartments. I remember when we bought the rug was like 18 by 30.
sorry, in Lagos, right?
Oh yes, in Lagos. Command was in Command there in Lagos there. And while I so happy, get the place furnished and also, surprisingly there was no light. I mean, so we had to have generator running. Okay, and the generator running at when the generator there's load on one, we have to improvise for another one to have at least a 2 generator. Okay, now because there's no light, we need to employ someone to help us wash our clothes. So a laundry guy will come and pack our clothes. So we feel good when he comes. The guy, he's ironed and the feeling of fresh clothes, kind of neatly put. But we didn't know that money we were draining. So we need to clean up when you're using the baits. You need to clean up, flush. So we need to employ someone to help us fetch water and fill up the drum. And this person we think is doing us a favor. So we're not feeling the heat yet because we probably still have some cash to spend, sending buckets for a certain amount of money. Until we realize that it seems we are the local champion in this place. So we realize that there's nobody in that environment. Yes, a beautiful house, but in a very wrong location. We realize that there's no potential business. There's no potential opportunity around you. You're not like the local champion everybody's looking up to. And at some point, we just realized that we are drained. We spent money unnecessarily on so many things that we could as well saved money on, just because we got an apartment that is cheap. So a cheap apartment might end up not being cheap because there will be
something you have to pay for.
Oh, definitely. So you can imagine if there's a gap in a year, check how much do you spend on transportation to work. If you add it to your current rent where you pay now, does it make sense compared to you getting accommodation somewhere very close to your workplace? Have you thought?
Yeah, I thought about it, but then imagine you're working on the island. So, theory for these things.
No,
And
well,
see,
in Lagos, you have to be wise. You have to learn. I know young people, that rented apartments very close to where you have universities. Akoka, for instance, Jaba, hostel accommodation, like a small studio. They share a 3-bedroom apartment being shared by 3 people. But they are working class, they are not students. Because they know that they can't afford to have a 3-bedroom to themselves in that kind of a place. So they rather share a 3-bedroom with students and they'll be working class at least till they can save enough, invest and being able to rent an apartment close. People share apartments. If you're not married, you can share apartments. Okay, in developed world, most of Nigerians that travel, when they get there looking at their rent, some of them tend to share before they establish. You share apartments, okay? You know your limits. You have rules that guides you. As a single guy, what are you doing with a 3-bedroom when you don't have a studio in your apartment that makes money from you? You are not doing making productions in there. Okay, so you should live within your means for now. Do you understand? So back to that guy that is not paying rent. God will help him.
Amen.
Why I say God will have to help him is because I know your landlord will push him out of that house. And once he's pushed, he will meet a landlord that is like him. That's all. That's all. Oh my God. Okay, I have a staff that shared this experience with me. He said, I wanted to leave his house. I said, why do you want to leave your apartment? Your house is very good now. What happened? I said, the recharge, their electricity recharge meter is in the hands of their landlord. I said, I don't understand. I said, do you use the same meter? I said, no. Okay, you don't use the same meter. Okay, so why is your board that's that you punch your units on? So why is it with your landlord? He said the landlord said that the last tenant that was there boycott it, or because he didn't want tenant to boycott. That's why
Boycotting, like this all this manipulation that
manipulations so that they won't read.
Yeah.
So that is why he's now keeping. I said that's insultive to grown up adults. How can it? So if you need light in the middle of the night, what happens? You go and knock his door. He said several times he has slept in the dark. You have to wait for.
So how would you even advise someone that you are earning this money, but you don't even know how to keep like a certain amount of money for something? There's some people that they don't have that. I feel like saving is like a culture, like it's an habit that a lot of Nigerians don't have
Yeah.
generally. And you will tell someone that you need to save it. They are telling you they are not earning enough to save because the inflation is overriding their income and all those things.
Oh.
How do you advise someone like that feels like until when they earn
Billions.
billions before they start
The,
dropping
the,
some money
the,
somewhere?
my friend, the truth is this. If you earn 10,000 naira, if you don't develop the capacity to save from it, by the time you hit 1 million naira, you will not be able to save.
Hmm.
It's an habit thing. It's a thing you build up. A thing you inculcate and you train with, you become disciplined with. You understand? There are apps that can help you right now. There's some money that when the money comes in, you just close your eyes that a certain percent is not your own.
And just put it somewhere.
So, just so that this is not, look at it this way. You're expecting a pay of 300,000 and you are then you got 275,000. You can only grumble, but you still keep the 275,000, you leave your expenses on 275,000. So it's better. So nothing changes. Because all you need to do is to reduce where you spend more on some things. Because truly, if we check, like I said earlier, if we check what we spend money on, we need to do that. We need to diagnose our accounts to check what takes our money. Okay, how much do we make in a month? Where do we spend this money on? When you can see that there are a lot of loopholes that you can block. There are some of free changes that you let go, you give to people that doesn't even need it. This money can go into savings. Do you understand? So to help, for instance, we have different kind of people. One, a salary earner is that before your money enters into your own pocket or comes into your own app, there are many apps that I can relate with now, such that as the money is coming, they already give different percentages. What you want to save here for this has gone before it comes to your, current that you can have access to.
I'm talking about app. There's an app that can even help people save for their rent.
Amazing. Wow. Yeah, there are apps around. So
there's space rents.
Okay.
That you can start saving. Since I think one of the reasons why people don't want to save because they don't. There's nothing that is kind of motivating them to save. Apart from the poor saving culture, there's no lot of apps in Nigeria that help Nigeria to save. But there's one that I'm very sure of, which is Space Rents. It's an app that can help you save for your rent. You can set, like, let's say your house rent is like 800K.
Yeah.
You will just put it there, okay, 800K for a year, right? So the app will automatically help you divide the rent into 12.
Okay.
Okay, this is how much you're going to be
Paying monthly,
saving,
saving them every month.
Then it will break it into a week again.
Okay.
It's simplifying the whole process.
Even
of
to a
saving.
day, yeah.
Yeah, it can just help you break it into strata, so you won't start thinking, okay, it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Like, okay, let's say you're supposed to be saving like 12K every month, every week. To you, it doesn't seem like a lot of money now, but over time, compounding effect, you are getting your rent at the end of the year. And I think one of the most amazing feature of this
Okay.
product is that, okay, let's say you want to save 800,000 naira for your rent, but you maybe along the way, a lot of stuff happen and you can't save up to that.
Okay.
But as long as you have like up to 70% of your house rent saved, the app can give you up to 30% to even complete it.
Seriously.
Imagine.
In this country.
And Nigerians don't even know
Hold
about
on,
these
hold
things.
on.
There are some things.
Hold on. So the app helps you to complete
your
if you
rent.
can't.
Yeah, if you can't.
Okay. Now, so okay, wow, that's fantastic actually. But it's like a dream. Like, are you sure people are not going to abuse that? How do you ensure that people don't abuse that? How do we do that? Because
of course, there are people that want to try stuff because they know, okay, this app is going to give me 30%, up to 30% to complete my rent, and they want to take that advantage. But I think there's a system already on ground that would just keep you in check. The money is not particularly something that, how do I put it? It's just like an aid.
Yeah.
But not like they want to borrow you directly. Like, not like they want to dash you.
Okay.
So it's something you have to pay back.
So that of course you pay back, and there's a commission attached to it.
Maybe just few commissions attached to it.
Okay.
I think it's something that can help Nigerians a lot.
Well,
what do you think about that?
No, for me, of course, anything that will help you to solve a problem, especially your accommodation problem, should be encouraged. Sincerely speaking, and I also realize that as sometimes you could be expecting some money to balance up a particular thing urgently, and you can't, So if you have such an app, I think it should be welcome and should be everywhere, all over the country. So that's a fantastic one, really. Because saving, I can tell you, starting saving is not easy. People find it difficult to delay gratification. Okay, in fact, do you know that people even spend their salary before they earn it?
Of course.
They have IOUs there and there before they earn it. So if you have a app attached such that you are saving, you already see that you are saving money, the money is locked there for a period of time. I mean, and I don't know if it's going to be flexible. Probably you have a 6-month savings, or must it be entirely 1 year savings?
It doesn't have to be 1 year. I think the duration is like 5 to 8 months.
Okay, there must be a target.
Save within that range. 5 to 8 months. And I feel like for someone that is very serious about saving, you should be able to gather your rent within that range. Because like you said, like if your 2 months salary cannot even pay your rent, but something is wrong.
Oh yes, something is wrong.
If you are actually living within your range, that's enough for you to save your
obviously
rent. That range is it's more than enough to save for
yes, it is
whatever you are paying annually.
And that gives you peace of mind.
Of course.
That's fantastic, really. I think we should have that and more of that coming up, for people, because I must tell you, the government has to come into it. People need a lot of help in terms of rent in this part of the world. I look forward to an idea of having a studio, kind of a customized studio apartments.
Okay.
That could be skyscraper. Doesn't have to be on the island alone. Can also be on the mainland. Okay, such that can be affordable for an average young guy. You understand? That can, rent. And there's something called emergency saving, truly. That you don't know what's going to happen. You just try to leave 5% fraction of every income that comes into your saving into that.
5% income of everything that comes.
Do you understand? Because if you take 5% away, it might not actually do you any damage or much damage, So just drop the 5% and it's there. Do you understand? For emergency. Health, precisely. One of it is health. Probably health issues coming up, loved ones, and has to be attended to quickly. Or, you just have this sudden investment or something sudden, that an intervention that you have to get involved into, that require funding. Do you understand?
And I think that's
that you didn't plan for.
Okay.
For instance, even the issue of probably you want to buy a house. The house is cheap. Somebody's traveling out and want to sell this property. Like, do you have money? That's the question. There must be money somewhere. Okay, so there must be money somewhere. That you see, that I don't know. That we need to go back to our curriculum should carry this issue of financial intelligence. How do you even settle out of debt? These are some of the questions that should come up. Do you understand?
Mhm.
That we should be, in terms of Nigerians should be aware of. That you are a debtor, fine, it's bad, but you can come out of it. There are ways you can come out of your debt such that the person you are owing will be fine, there will not be too much pressure on you, and you will regain your dignity back as a man. Okay? There was this book I read several years back, one of the early days books I read, The Richest Man in Babylon.
Yeah.
You understand? Also, it tells you that certain fraction. So, but first of all, you need to meet whoever you are owing. Sit down. This is what I'm owing. This is what I'm earning. Please, I'm not owing you alone. I want to pay your money. The willingness to pay is more important. You understand? So, this is a part of financial intelligence, because some people will keep owing. They'll keep running away from their debtor because they are owing. Okay? And that's not helping. There are many reasons why people could own. They could run into debt. Business could collapse. Bankruptcy could come. Health issue can get deep into their wealth. Do you understand? Into their savings, into their emergency savings. Health issue can gulp it up. Do you understand? And they need to live, they need to survive. They find it difficult to pay their rent. Does not mean that they are lazy. Okay? Some have a crash business. Do you understand? So, but it has happened, right? So what is the next thing? For you to come out of it and regain your dignity, the first thing is you need to admit that you are owing one, and you need to show the willingness to pay. And you don't need to run away from your, whoever you are owing.
Yeah.
In fact, you need to be the one communicating more, so that the person will have peace of mind that this person is not running away. I understand the situation. And they sit to the person. And so these are part of the funds that you can also create, okay, to settle debts. If I'm owing you 200,000 naira, I will tell you, sir, please, I may not be able to pay you this 200,000 at once, but it is easier for me to pay within a certain period of time. I'll be giving you so amount every month, and you keep at it. In fact, you can do it such that, like this space rent, I'm sure we have other packages too, such that
there's space deposits.
where, fantastic.
Apart from your rent, you can still save for something else.
Yeah, so such that such fund goes straight into those accounts, are being automatically deducted, so you are free.
How I wish Nigeria can take hold of these opportunities that are around.
Yes.
Solutions to, because this is a problem already.
Yeah.
Like debt is a problem.
Oh yeah.
But then there's a solution already.
Yes. That's a solution.
People are turning. Should I say maybe they are turning blind eyes?
No, they are turning blind.
Choose not to look at this.
I think people identify with what they see regularly. There may be need to bring it very close to the people. It is what you spend more time on that you become.
That's it.
What you do repeatedly, or what come really close to you that you get familiar with. So people have to get familiar with those things. You have to keep introducing to people. Tell them more about it. You understand? Let them see, and let there be proof of those things, and they will believe, they will key into it. Nigerians are smart people. They want to live a good life. You understand? They want to get problems solved. And they don't want the enjoyment to to be short-lived. You understand? So they always run after any solution that will give them that kind of life that they
Talking
desire.
about enjoyment, we are in Lagos.
Yes, we're in
And Lagos
Lagos.
is, it's a lifestyle.
Oh yeah, you can
everybody
say that
wants
again.
to party, you want to jolly. And we are talking about savings now. So how do you balance savings with enjoyment? And enjoyment, by enjoyment, I mean, you want to enjoy the Lagos nightlife.
Hmm.
Let's say you want to enjoy the Lagos
Okay.
nightlife. You want to go to the club and party. Maybe not buy the most expensive drinks, but you still want to save. You have your rent that is looking at you from distance, like you still want to save.
You can.
How do you balance that?
Yeah.
Enjoyment, saving,
Yes, you can.
then investment, which is like at the other side of
You
it.
can actually do all, but you have to prioritize also which one you have to give more importance to. Which one is important? Which one is less important? Which one is not important? Because every fund that comes into your hand is your resource that you have, right? So you need to be able to know where to channel these resources into. What is your goal? First goal. Now, come to think of it. You have investment, you have savings, you have what do you call enjoyment, right? For you to enjoy more, you need to save more. When you save more, that is when you can invest more. And there's a circle.
So savings like
So
cover for the
saving,
whole,
yes. So when you save first and you invest, you make more money,
and then you enjoy.
so you enjoy more and you save more.
So I think people now mix the
You can say the circle.
process now, the circle.
Yes.
Turn it around. So people
They are doing it inversely now.
Yeah,
They do enjoyment first and thinking of how to save. And so they short because you can't be enjoying and save. It doesn't work that way.
They can't go hand in hand like you.
It can go. But like I said, you set the priority right. Which one is most important? Which one is important? Which one is less important? So between us now, it's obvious that savings is the most important when you save as your goal. So now, how can I also do the two side by? If I'm saving, do you know that one of the ways to actually encourage my saving is to give myself a gift of a timeout?
What's that?
Beautiful. I want to save. I want to have a target savings. Probably I want to save a 2 month, let me see, 2-3 months, save ₦1 million. So I'll tell myself, once I meet this target of ₦1 million, I'll give myself a treat of certain. Do you understand? So I've delayed. So I look forward to the treat. To achieve that treat, I must meet up my target of savings. You understand what I'm saying? So the only thing is that I must learn to delay gratification. Because I know that it's my saving that matters the most. When I save more, from my saving, I'll take for me to invest. For my investments, there will be profits that will increase my cash flow, right? So I will also be able to save more. For my investments, the residue from my investment, I can enjoy myself. So we should learn to save first.
So once saving is like secure, like you can.
Once that habit of saving is secured and you do it religiously, you have enough lump sum to invest. You'll be encouraged to invest. Once you invest, your money is already giving back to money for you. And my friend, you can enjoy as you like.
Enjoy. How would you advise someone that earn, let's say 100K,
Okay.
and the person is thinking of saving? Okay, let me even bring it back home. Let me say I'm earning 100K.
All right.
And I want to save. My house rent is there, my bills are there. There's my brother. My brother is calling me. I want send me something. This person is calling. Your parents are there. Everybody's there. On this, your 100K. So how would you advise? How do I even divide the money? What are the things I'm supposed to do to?
Okay. Let me help you. Okay, if I get you. I'm sure it's not about the 100K, it's about like a breakdown. So let's use 100K as an instance so I can apportion it to percentage to whatever you earn.
Yeah.
Well, and it's not a customized, it's not as if it's a one capital percentage, but the way it works. The same parts, first of all, you have regular needs, upkeeps, okay? Your upkeep, your feeding, transport, normal basic clothing, house, whatever that you need to do, and at least nothing less than between 30 to 35% of your income should be on that. Do you understand? So also, you have savings, you know. Like we said, it's so unfortunate that many times we don't remember that we need to pay ourselves. You don't understand. No, when you save, you pay yourself, actually. Okay, you eat, you pay the woman that prepares the food, right? So, but you are the one working. Your body is working. What do you have in reserve for yourself?
What if I buy something for myself?
What you buy is who earns the money.
So that's true.
It's the person that you're paying the person. You're not paying yourself. Do you understand? Yes, you may be the one that consumes it, but you're not paying yourself. You understand? So you should be able to have.
Like you are debiting yourself.
So you should. Oh, exactly. You debit yourself. You credit the person. So you should be able to have a savings somewhere. Okay, and there are different kind of savings really. You have a target savings. You have emergency savings. You even have what we call future savings. Like it's not as if you really have one exactly. At least, so that they will not just check you and say, "Boss, you get this," and say you don't have. So I will always advise that at least about 20 to 25% of what you earn should also go into that. Do you understand? Yeah, really. Like it depends on what you earn. Do you understand? But 20 max 30%. So if you look at that, you have 35 to 30. That's about 65. Right? About 35,000. 35% left. From 35% left, there's no way you won't have to urgent 2Ks. So plus or minus, okay, family, friends, even if you're not going to exhaust it. And for Christians that believe more in tithes, you think of that. So max put everything at 10%. Do you understand? It's a savings too.
But since tithe is 10% alone.
See, well, I don't want to go. It's very controversial. Do you understand? Because from my own understanding of the scripture, the money is meant for whether you take it to the house of the Lord or you share. Okay, so I don't even, let's not go there now. Scatter ground. But really, it's just about the heart of doing harm, of aiding people, helping people. You understand? You're able to calculate that is good. You understand? So that's how many percent left? It was 25% left. So 25% can be for precisely for probably a particular project. You get, which is a future or called future savings now. You get, if you can maintain that structure, it's going to help you a lot. Do you understand? And as time goes on, it is this savings that will help you to have a lump sum that you can use to invest. And when you invest, even when you are in your own paid salary or as an entrepreneur still running your street runs, the investment that you make somewhere will definitely bring in more income later. And the more money you make, the more savings you can make. And the more enjoyment you make. Because you have to enjoy your life too when you're trying to save. You have to enjoy your life. So you won't look at that. Look at you now, keep up. You understand as the truth. Because if you can imagine the upkeep thing, many times what you need to what is money meant for? It's just a means of exchange to make up a need. So if it's a need, this and it shouldn't be, let's just enjoy ourselves and save. But save more. When you save more, your investment, you have more money to invest, and when you invest, you make more money. So saving is the king. When you can cultivate the habit of savings, okay, you can scale through any financial order. When you can build that habit of saving, you will scale any financial order.
That's very detailed.
Yes, you will. Because it's your savings that will accumulate, your cumulative savings. Okay, for whatever you want to save for, be it target, be whatever, that will help you, okay, to be able to probably do another thing. Even if you want to enjoy yourself, it's not from something that you have in reserve. Of course. So that's it. That's bad advice. I think that's the very first thing to do. Saving is very important. It's important to life. In fact, it's like we have to imbibe it like a culture. Okay, and I want us to teach that more, even right from our nursery schools and kindergartens. I think it should be my recommendation, if you ask me, is that probably it should be compulsory that every child at home has a piggy bank and understand how cash flows. How, gone are those days when we play Monopoly.
Monopoly.
Do we still do that
People still
again?
do that. But
What we do now is TikTok.
Maybe a sect of the people still play Monopoly.
You understand? So
not.
Let's understand what the difference between an asset and liability. Many times, some things are liability, we think they're assets. You understand?
That's a very, because maybe in our next episode we'll talk about assets and liability.
Fantastic.
That's a very broad one.
Yeah, so you get. So that's.
Just imagine.
You say you are broke. You want to pay rent. Okay, I have a clear case. Somebody has a Samsung, a gift, quite alright, a phone that worth over 800,000 naira, and is owing a rent of almost equal amount of money, and is holding off that phone, is going with it, and it's not as if he's making money through the phone, other than the phone call. So, excuse me, the gadget you have in your hand, even before your rent expire, you can sell it, make money, invest, do something, and be able to pay your rent or sorts.
Something will do their steals now. People have seen them with 13 Pro Max, and
yes,
if they sell it and start using.
I was doing a production somewhere, Shomolu precise. Let me mention Shomolu, and so one of the person vendor that I'm running after is actually walk into a face me and face you to show me the work. So I needed to charge my phone, an Android phone. Okay, there's nobody in the entire face me and face you that's using an Android. A personal experience. I'm not joking. You understand? So this is
everybody want to buy stickers.
You get so, but what kind of status are you buying that your account is empty? So let them save first. Then say they will do more of that. That's what I would say.
That's very detailed.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, Mr.
Olatunde. Thank you. You're welcome, bro.
This is a very detailed episode, and I'm very sure our listeners and our viewers have seen and maybe learn one or two things. We still have a lot to discuss about, but the time is very limited.
Okay.
And I would want to appreciate you for sharing out of your abundance of knowledge.
Thank you very much. You can't be in Lagos and you don't learn. You can't be in Nigeria and not be smart.
You don't learn.
There's always a way out in every situation.
Yeah.
There's always a very way. Yeah. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, guys, for staying with us all through the conversation. And don't forget to pay yourself first. The only way you can pay yourself first is through savings.